Jersey.
And that is where we are entering the scene. Welcome back on this Friday before July 4th weekend. We are back to entertain you for another evening. So, for a little recap. Over the last session, the players finally made it to Sharn. And would you believe it? Nobody got into trouble. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
So
Someone
proud.
wouldn't let us try.
Yes. But still, I'm proud of you. Because even then, usually you'll find a way and still try.
How long was the journey?
15 hours.
Okay.
But, if you want, we can retcon it a little bit and you can try some shenanigans. I mean, what's another legal issue for your party?
Honestly, whether or not it happens on the train or in the depot is less relevant at this point.
Plus, you don't want to have owe to favor owe another favor,
No, we should farm this one out to Uncle Ram.
Good
Who's
luck with that
currently
one.
on a mission elsewhere.
I lost count of how many favors we owe at this point, so I just think we owe everybody a favor there.
Levin hasn't.
I'm thinking, and Levin, you can correct me, I think it's about 3 or 4 of them currently.
Okay. That's not too bad.
We owe 2 separate ones to Ramos.
Yeah. You owe
And
everything to Ramos at this point.
And then Sarah shows the favor to the mob boss.
No one. I don't know. No one. I
Oh,
don't
no,
know
you're-
anyone anything.
That is not public
That-
knowledge. That is
That's above table knowledge. That's the meta, but the audience would know that. This is also kind of
That's
part
a
of that
Cyrus
recap.
problem.
Yeah, that's a Saris problem. Just like this
That's
is
not
a
a problem. That's an
Zarya
opportunity.
problem.
Also, above table, are the people that Levin's talking to, he doesn't know them any favors? Above table?
no, it's tit for tat.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, he always provides something in exchange for what he wants. Or he goes looking for work.
Hey, DM, since the trip was 15 hours, can I have used the time that would have been a long rest to switch out one of my infusions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
As long as you're not doing anything strenuous that would prevent you from taking that, theater time to do it, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just switching out my Boots of the Winding Path for Cogfried.
Okay. Gotcha. So you have your mechanized dragon-ish creature again.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He unclicked the boots and clicked the construct.
So, Free, actually, as we're walking off, what you would see on Gearfried's shoulder, I like to imagine I've got Fennec on a leash or something, like a baby leash, and
Oh god, one of those harnesses.
yeah,
Pretty much. You said that you were basically binding him.
and on my shoulder, I have a little brass clockwork mechanized looking pseudo dragon.
What's a pseudo dragon?
Let me show the token.
It's like a tiny dragon.
The tiny one. What's it?
Yeah, it's like a tiny dragon, a miniature dragon, basically.
It's a small dragon. It's a small dragon with actual dragonfly wings.
Mm-hmm. But Cogfreed is like a mechanical dragon.
Oh, it's a baby.
Yeah.
It's my homunculus servant. So, yeah, that I can no longer teleport myself, but I now have my little dragon thing back. So that's your first time seeing him. So I would have pointed out like, oh yeah, this is Cogfreed. He's my friend.
Does it bite?
I mean, only if I tell him to. Cogfreed. This one. Don't strike her. Put her on the priority list, right below Fennec. And he'll turn his head and like kind of make some clicking noises and then a ding, and then he just kind of doesn't really look like he's ready to do anything. He's just kind of passive on my shoulder.
That's not concerning at all.
Oh, no, don't worry. He's make some. You're a friend now. If I'm ever incapacitated or not around for any reason, then you'd be on you're on the command list. You can use him if you need to.
That was out of character.
Oh.
She doesn't say anything.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
We kind of got used to him after being stuck with him for a few days in that one room or that one house.
Yep, a lot of quality time within the party. So on
I'm
that
assuming
note,
at this point we're offloading.
yep, you would be offloading. You would be, I believe, in the Skyway section at the unloading from the Lightning Rail. The station itself is full to the brim, and you find a much more diverse race of citizen than you saw en route, particularly those who are coming to the station to leave to places that are outside of Greenland. So you would be seeing more goblins, you would be seeing more creatures that would be more from Drome, things of that nature. You hear loud, hustling, bustling conversations, the sound of various trains departing are being announced using spells like thaumaturgy and things like that to raise the efficiency of this system. You are almost kind of ushered very quickly off of the train, and you are basically now within a sea of people.
You cut off for me for a second. We're going to see where?
A sea of people.
Oh, finally, civilization.
On that we agree.
I think Gearfried would be a little starstruck, for lack of a better word, in awe. He's never been in a city like this where there's like floating buildings. Like he's been by here because he worked on the train, but yeah, this is the first time in a place like Sharn, so Gearfried's kind of like half paying attention as he's following everybody and just kind of looking up and observing everything.
There's looks at Gearfried like, get used to that feeling. Looking up, you'll do it a lot. Because we're going to be down here.
That's not true for me. I need to head over to Middle Dura.
Frowns.
I just hate cities.
It's mostly administrative stuff. I need to pay for my apartment.
I've never had a problem for that here.
I'm aware. But that said, since I have to depart from you to take care of that, where does everyone want to meet up? North Market, Tavix, the Bazaar?
Where's the nearest tavern? You can definitely use one for that.
We're not going to the nearest tavern. That's too expensive.
Yeah, that's you don't want to pay for station prices.
You
How about we
don't want to pay Middle Dura prices.
How about we meet at the bazaar? That way we can peruse some magical items. We've got some coin in our pockets that we didn't have to spend on the train. And I
Well-
assume Sarah's will want to steal from people.
The bazaar is over in Middle Dura. So
Once again.
Well, then we'll take care of business down here and meet you over in Middle Dura.
yeah, if you cut through Memphis Plateau and make your safe Lower Dura, you can come up to Middle Dura, but it's not exactly quick. And Levin's gonna look around to see if there's any residual damage from the airship crash, or from the coach crash.
That was in a different part of town.
Wait, we don't need to coordinate very well. Saris, I know I gave you the stone because I was concerned that you would run away. But how about you give the stone that we gave you to Levin? That way we can coordinate with him while he's doing his thing and we can do our thing.
Really? You think Levin's gonna get in trouble in 30 minutes?
No, but I think Levin's probably, in hindsight, Levin's probably more likely to actually answer if we call him.
Rude.
I kind of agree with Gearfree.
And also
come on.
unnecessary, if you tell me where all of you will be meeting up, I can meet you there. My business will be done within the hour.
Well, yeah, it's like you said, though, timing. So,
Yeah.
depending on how long this takes, if we're running
Hey.
late or if you're running late, then we can just coordinate that.
I don't see why I have to give up something of mine.
On this one, I agree.
All right, well, if you feel confident that we can coordinate that, just, going by... schedule.
11 is as reliable as a clock.
11, would you like some company, or is this like a solo kind of thing?
Well, this is mostly just boring stuff. I have to meet with the landlord and make payments for holding the property in the future, and I have to get some paperwork in order that I've accrued over en route. So most of that is just boring administrative stuff.
Well, if you would like some company, I wouldn't mind going for a walk. Can use one. That train was pretty cramped. That's my second.
I won't say no, but it's going to be boring.
Also,
What are you
it
guys
is-
doing? As I look at the other two, you said you're going to the bazaar.
Well, we're going to deal with Ramos's favor, delivering the parcel over to his, getting a parcel from his artificer friend, which is where I'm going because I'd like to talk to a colleague.
Well, since you guys are all doing that, I'll just go with 11. I don't want to leave him by himself. I mean, it might be boring, but sometimes boring is a good thing. So I'll just go tag along, get some fresh air.
And what of you, our large new friend?
I don't really care.
There's no way to treat the greatest city in the world.
It's just another city.
It's not. Oh.
Levitt chuckled
I mean-
at that one.
You're free
It's just
point-
more bricks. It's just more bricks.
Gearfree just points up at the floating city, and he's just like, "Yeah, that's normal for you." Where the fuck did you grow up?
I mean, well, did she even stop growing is the question as I look up at her.
I miss being the tallest member of this group.
Like I said, get used to looking up.
All right, well,
Well-
let's break up, and then we'll meet back.
So we're all meeting at the brazier, right? The brazier, I mean?
The
Bizarre.
bazaar? Yes.
Bazaar, yep.
That's not too
good
far
with
from where Levin has to go anyway.
I'd like nothing more than to meet up at a brazier. But yeah, let's meet at the bazaar.
no brothels? Oh, alright, fine. Alright.
You're going with Levin. Of course, there are no brothels in your future.
I was gonna say there are definitely brothels.
I'll go 11. He did say it was gonna be boring, but I won't let him go alone. You never know. And you know, sometimes traveling with 11 can be interesting. Learn a lot of new things.
Poor 11.
Fine.
A lot of new boring things, but still new things. But yes, I will be traveling with 11.
If you want to go to a brothel, you can head over to either Sean's Welcome, Dragon Eyes, or Firelight. They're all here.
Would you want to come with me? First round's on me.
No.
boring. All right. I guess I'll let Levin do that. And you said, where is it at again? I'm pretty sure you tell me where
Uh,
it's at, and I'll.
The closest one, and he directs you over towards Memphis Plateau, would be Firelight. If you're willing to travel any points to the south, you could travel along the inner part of Tavik's Landing, and you'll see Dragon Eyes. It's pretty obvious.
Dragon Eyes
Perfect.
serves the best kebabs.
Well, I guess you know what? I think I might take a little detour and meet you guys at the Brazier.
Bazaar.
The bazaar. Sorry.
Bazaar.
Okay, got it. I don't know why I'm having a difficult time, but yes, the bazaar. Anybody else want to come?
I have another errand to run.
Right then. I'm heading off, and as I start walking away.
Gearfried, take Zarya with you so they don't get lost.
All right. I mean, should be
Actually, I will look at the two of them real quick. It's like, oh, before you go. And I actually will hand over a feather token to Gearfried and to Zarya. If you fall off, activate this.
all right.
What is it?
It will slow your descent so you don't hit the ground with a sudden fatal abruptness.
I don't need it.
Oh, trust me, you do. The fall can be quite high.
Zarya, these are fairly standard, just to have on your person within Sharn specifically, and he points up towards the elevated bridges amongst several of the buildings.
The fall
Accidents
can
happen.
the fall can be thousands of feet before you hit the ground.
I think she just taps, like shows her shoulder and taps on her back where you see like dragon wing tattoos, and says, "I don't need it."
I was gonna say she can fly. I mean, we've seen that a lot.
Then,
She'll
fair
be
enough.
all right. If anything, we should worry for the ground because if she hits the floor, it'll probably hurt the floor. And I walk away.
Ceres will take your
Okay.
token back. Fair enough. I'll hold on to this then. Just aim for ground as soon as possible.
Well, it
And watch
should
out
be
for
easy enough-
airships.
Should be easy enough for her and I to keep an eye on one another. I mean, she's enormous and I'm on fire, so.
Yes, also keep an eye out for pickpockets.
Flameo.
I will crush anyone's hands who try.
Sure, yeah, you'll see them. Got it. Anyhow,
Concrete, surveillance mode.
Levin has already walked away.
like, come on, matey,
Dang.
let's go. And Ceres will head off to run her errand.
I guess Gearfried is going to be delivering going to talk to the artificer, I guess?
Okay.
As a
I'm
reminder, where
specifically
did we have to meet this? Where did we have to meet that person?
Give me a second.
Uh,
I believe that it was also located in Middle Dura.
oh, then,
Second.
I guess I'm going the same direction as Levin for the time being.
Second.
Probably have this in my notes somewhere.
Yep, it was written down a while ago, so I have to find the right what I had said. But it was Middle Dura. You would, as characters, know the location of where you need to go.
Huzzah.
We don't know the location, but we do have the name, right?
And again,
Okay.
particularly people who live in Rote or in Sharn would know their way to where this location is.
Okay, so in that case, then, as Gearfried and Zarya make their way to Middle Dora with Levin for the initial elevator ride, the moment we get up, Gearfried will start asking around, like, "Hey, we're looking for this guy. You know who he is? You know where he is?"
And specifically, the character you're looking for is Veldin Tembelimble.
Yeah, he's a gnome, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Hey, sorry, could you say his first name again?
Valdon.
Last
Valdon.
Valdon. Right.
Valdon. And then Timble.
Valdon. Timblewimble. Okay. Once we get to Middle Door, Gearfried will start asking. Oi, we're looking for a gnome, artificer, Valdum Timblewimble. You know who he is, know where he is, and he's just gonna repeat that ad infinitum to whoever runs by him. He's just asking people.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check.
Charisma, but I'm not good at that.
That's okay. Makes it even better.
Can I help?
You can. Sure. I'll give you the choice of you can either roll separately or you can give him advantage.
I'll give him advantage.
All right. Gearfried, go ahead and roll again.
Just being intimidating in the background.
Good news. I rolled even worse.
I think that's because she was intimidating other people. But ultimately, it's not that you're not able to find it. It's just between the powerful persona of Zarya and the ad nauseum repetition of Gearfried's questioning, you finally get somebody who's just like, yes, no, we've heard him, we know where he is, just stop asking. And he's going to point you, like, it's down the block.
Oh, thank you. That's quite literally all we were asking for, so appreciated. And we'll head over towards this gnomish fellow's house.
Now, go ahead and give me a perception check, both of you.
No.
Ooh.
Hey, not bad.
You both notice that eyes are upon you, and they're giving you the look as if the same look that locals give tourists. Some of those shadier individuals are kind of already pegging you as easy marks.
Can I do like an intimidation check to just look fucking terrifying?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. And this has always been a hang up for me in D&D, that charisma is linked to intimidation. Can I let it be my... Wait, no, my strength isn't that better. It's only my dexterity that's good. Damn it. Okay, I'll just do regular intimidation. Never mind.
I was going to say, unless you were actually doing, though, something forceful, like, if you were, like, breaking something...
Lifting a bench.
To intimidate, then I'd say yes, you would have been able to do a strength-based intimidation. But because you're just going, rah, basically.
More the sheer force of, do I look like someone you want to fuck with?
And that's why
his presence.
That's why it would be charisma. That's why I was making the distinction of it depended on what action you were taking in that intimidation.
Yeah.
They are eyeing you. Specifically now you.
Well, I have a passive perception of 13, so...
Sweet. Good to know.
Can I make active perception checks if I know that I'm a target?
I mean, I'm going to assume that you are actively scanning around you, so if it becomes relevant, then I will ask for it.
Okay.
Okay. Remind me, DM, what is the law on magic here? Is magic not kosher?
Is magic not kosher?
Magic is kosher. Clearly, any sort of dispel, or rather, field of anti-magic, things like that.
I think I can answer this one too.
Okay.
Threats of public safety, infringing upon regulations, or violating privacies or rights of others. So basically, if you're going to do anything big, get a permit.
Okay, so thaumaturgy to like make some make some like sparks around us, like a small little circle. I'd probably be.
That's effectively harmless.
That you'd be treated.
Unless you incite a riot with it, you're probably okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say he did say that people were you would have seen like people using thaumaturgy, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Earlier.
in the rail station. Again, little magic, cantrips, things like that. You're fine.
Okay, so in that case, as we're walking, then Gearfried's gonna cast thaumaturgy to, like, make little spark explosions occur around like just the small perimeter that me and Zarya make up. Basically, being like, "Hey, fuck off! We're walking here."
You notice that it actually has the opposite effect, and you each earn 2 silver pieces for being street performers.
Thank you. Well, I feel like I'm more of a cliche every day.
People start coming to you, not from you.
Kind of, because unfortunately she rolled low on the charisma, the intimidation, and now you're just throwing up sparklers around you. So yeah, you guys have definitely sufficiently drawn a crowd and attention. So yeah, you guys have made 2 silver pieces each.
God damn it! All right, let's just head over to.
Before we go into that, as you're heading down the block to where Veldin reside or where Veldin works, we're gonna jump over to Saris. Saris, what is it you're up to?
She's just going down to the lower Dura to reconnect a little bit. Let the people that matter know that she is back in town. The few people that matter, and to maybe just purchase a few things that might be a little harder to come by in nicer parts of town. Namely, like a couple vials of alchemist fire and some acid vials.
Okay, you would know exactly where to find those things. So I'm gonna say let's take care of the shopping real quick, and then we'll take care of whatever else you need. All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
you said alchemist fire, right? So give me a second.
Yep.
All right. So acid vial. As you walk into the store, you're gonna see this shady shifter individual. Oh, you're back. Welcome.
I'm back. Thanks.
All right. What do you need?
I need a way to make people burn and a way to make people melt.
Okay.
2 of each.
So. I have different shelf-lived vials of acid. The older acid that's been there sitting for a while, it's going to be 18 gold pieces, but the newer brewed stuff, it's going to be 25.
I assume the newest stuff is guaranteed to be most effective.
As you can assume, yes.
Sounds fair. She will slide over 50 gold pieces for 2 vials of fresh acid.
Okay. And then, now for the burning. What? I'm assuming you want alchemist's fire, yes?
I would like some, yes.
I have a limited supply. I do only have 2.
I will buy them all.
They are 50 gold pieces.
She will slide over another 100 gold pieces.
And you were able to add 2 vials of acid and 2 flasks of alchemist fire. Is there any other items that you're looking for?
That will do it for now.
Alrighty.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime. And, of course, be sure to spread the word of where you got these wonderful products.
Indeed. Indeed.
To the right company, of course.
I will let them know.
And with that, you are able to leave the shop.
Yep.
And continue on with reconnecting with your roots.
So,
ahead.
yep, and it's mostly just a little, like, touch base here and there.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception.
You notice as you look down that there is a small human child, and this individual successfully lifted your money purse, but tripped.
How
in
much did he
his-
get?
He got like 5 gold pieces from you, but you don't know the amount. But he did successfully lift money from you, but he did trip, and that's the moment you saw him.
I will go over to help him up. I just whisper in his ear, "You have to learn to pick your marks better. If you don't have a clear exit, it's not worth getting caught."
Yeah, here you go. And he's gonna kind of like force the money back in your direction.
She'll take 1 coin back. That'll teach you. Lesson learned. Off with you.
Oh, thank you. And he's gonna just scurry off. Now, is Melee with you? I would assume.
I assume so.
Okay. Just wanted to double check. So she is gonna look at you with a confused expression. Since when are you nice to people like that? Besides
my
me.
own kind? You look after the kids in your neighborhood. Just a known fact. I wasn't that long ago that I was just like him. Learning the craft. It takes time, it takes practice. But those of us who know teach those who don't to make sure that we all come up together until it's time to start stabbing.
She's gonna take a mental note of that. But with that, is there anything else specifically you'd like to do?
Nope. That covers everything I wanted in the lower Dura. I will head to the bazaar at this point.
Alrighty. Jumping over. Yep. Were you gonna
I
say
will
something?
say once I get to the middle Dura, though, I will look to replenish my financial loss.
I'm not surprised. So we'll get back to that because it's going to take you about like 20, 30 minutes, 40
Yep.
minutes to get there. So you have time for that.
I'm excited.
Moving forward. Yami. Are you still going with Levin or are you going to a different area now?
I am going to a brothel, sir. The one that London suggested.
He suggested 2.
The one that you gave me directions to, I should say then. The
I gave you
closest
directions for both.
one. Oh, well, I'll go to the fancy one.
If you're in the lower regions, neither of them are fancy.
Oh, so if they're the same, I'll go to wherever's closer then. Whatever's closer to the Vizier.
Straight line travel, probably Firelight in the Memphis Plateau.
That one's closer to the Vizier?
Bizarre.
Bazaar. And Memphis Plateau is in the center of Sharn. It's not the central plateau, but it's just due south of it. But it is along the way towards making your way to the southwesternmost side of Sharn, which you would then go up into Middle Dura from.
Okay, yep. That's where I'm going. Which one was that one? What was the name of that one again?
Firelight.
Firelight. There we go.
That's not where the good kebabs are.
Yeah, we both agreed on that one. but it's generally okay. If you want to take time for having a companion for a short amount of time, it's pretty cheap in Firelight.
Not too picky. Yep, going to Firelight. On the way to the bazaar, I'm gonna stop at the brothel.
Okay, so as you enter, you notice the building is adequately nice. It's not very well lit, using like red lights, things of that nature. And you see a woman, elderly, sitting behind the table, the main desk. What can I do for you?
Well, this is a nice establishment you have here as I look at the dingy establishment. Is it dingy?
No, it's relatively nice. It's, it's middle class nice. It's not
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, there are rules here for that stuff.
Here.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm gonna look around like, well, let's just cut to the chase. I think you know why I'm here. I need a great massage. Who has the best hands?
We don't do massages here. This isn't a massage parlor.
If I pay you enough.
You forgot to wink.
Oh, it's legal here, so like you don't need code words. So she's just like looking at you face value, almost like you're. She's questioning your intelligence right now.
Well, you know why I'm here. You know what I want, how much, and do I get to choose?
Is it a male or a female companion?
Female today.
And price? Well, of course you get to choose, but the price does vary. Our girls start from 100 gold pieces and go all the way up to 1,000.
100. All right. And what's your selection at? I'm just picturing like Rush Hour. He's like, I want that one, this one.
She's gonna look at you and
hand you a book with photos.
No, it's like how a salesman kind of looks you up and down and gauges your spending capacity. No, I guess for you then, you're probably gonna want anywhere from 1 to 300 gold piece girl. So let me just get those girls out for you.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
As she kind of snaps her fingers, you're going to see a gnome, a half-elf, and a goblin step out.
A goblin's a little too close to home. A gnome? Who looks better, the gnome or the goblin?
I mean, you're spending 100 to 300 gold pieces. Like, how nice do you think?
Okay, yeah, I wish Fennec was here because I was really trying to take him with me, but he's not here, so I can't right now.
If you want him, you can have him. I was just no one playing Fennec.
I don't know.
Fennec is
Let's not try to push.
Yeah,
Oh god.
Choices of agency to the characters respectively. Let's try not to overstep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I will. Dang.
So the gnome is going to be 100, the goblin's going to be 200, and the half elf is going to be 300.
Dang, the goblin's 200. That's still a little too weird for me. I'll take the gnome. Come on.
Okay, money up front.
Right, 100 gold.
Yep. And you are escorted to a room where you are able to have your fun with your new gnome companion for the time being. And oh, by the way, it's by the hour.
Oh yeah, well,
should
is
it
like
like by the
half
minute?
price if it's less
Like,
than an hour?
no, straight up. God, things I've never thought Things I never thought
Price
were
is
going to
the
happen
price.
in D&D.
He's like, I didn't even know there was a price
Ah.
for this.
Okay, so you are off having your fun time. We're going to jump over to Levin. Levin, you are off to do your own thing.
Yeah, I'm heading over to my apartment over in Harroth's Folly. To basically describe the area in general, this district is a bizarre mishmash of architectural styles and materials, and there were the common opinion here, and it's a generally lower to middle class area, is that the original architect of this area, Harith Irtalan, was mad, as in, he should not have been allowed to work on this project as important as construction in Charn. But it's buildings in all styles of contemporary cultures of the kingdom, so visitors from all parts of Galifar would feel at home. But it really is just a chaos with regards to how it's constructed. But Levin's gonna head over to his apartment to see if he can locate his landlord and sort out the rent for the last month and the next few months.
Alrighty. Pull that up.
Because I believe I left enough gold for 2 months, and it's just coming up to that.
Alrighty, you'd be able to easily find the landlord. He was actually just maintaining the property around, so he was basically taking care of what he needed to for the out exterior of the apartment.
So, I have to clear for this month and for the next few months, as per our normal agreements. About how much would that be? This is, I mean, it's in a lower middle class area, but he did purchase a middle class apartment.
Yep.
Renting.
Give me 1 second. That's exactly what I'm looking up as we speak. I'm going to say it would probably be anywhere from like 20 gold pieces a month.
Alright, so I'll shell out 60.
Alrighty. So you are paid up for 3 months. Or the next month, excuse me.
Well, this month and the next 2. I'm giving him 60.
Alrighty. Is there anything else
But,
you'd want to be doing?
He's going to go into his apartment and just do a quick look around. The apartment itself is cluttered. There are stacks of papers, books, writing implements. On his desk would be an arrangement of drawings and photographs, and pretty much a stack of notes. He's going to take his current series of requests, take a small key out of a little pocket, open the desk, slip those in, close the desk, lock. I really don't like this place. But now that that's sorted, I should make my way over to the bazaar. And he's going to just take another look around, take a slow breath, exhale, exit the apartment, and make his way over to the bazaar, where he's basically going to camp out and people watch while everyone else gathers.
Alrighty. Jumping back over to Gearfried and Zarya, you are about to enter the workshop of Valdor Timblenimble. Ultimately, this is kind of what the shop looks like. Let me just double check the lighting. Okay, there we go.
Ah, swanky.
Right. you would be entering from this area here. You would see him working at this at his workbench over here. He is doing the equivalent of sitting on several phone books to a degree to sit at level with the table. And you see him currently working on a prosthetic hand. And as he is working with the mechanism, you notice that the fingers twitch in a relatively realistic fashion.
Now that is impressive.
Oh, don't you think? And you notice that he, upon prompting from your word, there's a quick like tap that he's doing to one of the wires, and just like on a normal hand, that first part of the finger and only that part twitches, showing that it's broken up into multiple segments just in the fingers alone.
I can't even begin to imagine how long that must have taken you.
Each one gets easier.
I can see that. It's lovely to meet you. Actually, an honor even. I'm an artifice or a student of artifice myself. I'm always jumping at the chance to meet another person in the field, and a favor has brought me here. A mutual acquaintance of ours, Ramos. He sent us here to, I assume, grab a leg for him.
No, unless he broke that leg. It shouldn't be a leg. It, I believe, was, for him, a mechanical lung. Not necessarily for him. A mechanical lung.
Lung.
Lung, yes.
Oh, right.
So
Well,
specifically, what he is mentioning is ventilating lungs, which all of you guys would have some degree of knowledge about, knowing that once you attune to them, you're able to, I think, it's basically like breathless, like you're able to breathe underwater and things of that nature.
I think you can also cast Gust of Wind with it.
Yeah, so these are very, and again, you are just coming out of war anyway, 4 years ago. So it's not uncommon, but the ones that he takes out to show you are much more elaborate.
Are much more what?
Elaborate.
Okay, so do they, like, just from my perspective, is my immediate assumption that these probably do more than just your bog standard lungs of breathing?
I would say you can give me a general intelligence check unless you have a skill you'd like to attempt to apply.
Intelligence is fine. Ooh, nice.
You have an inkling that there is more than meets the eye with this. In fact, you see some runes kind of inscribed in this that you can kind of give an assumption that there may be other secrets to this thing.
All right. Is there a... Wait, I guess I still do have my, that briefcase that I was originally carrying my armor in during that, swanky club thing that we went to. Can I fit the lungs of breathing in my briefcase?
Yes.
All right, so, I'll put them in there. Well, suppose that does it for, the business we had, but I'm always willing to converse some more about the craft. To be honest, I've only spent time with one mentor, so I only have one frame of reference for my particular brand.
Well, I guess then you have to at least either study harder or find other masters or other teachers.
Right. Out of curiosity, are you selling anything here beyond what you're currently crafting? Do you have any items for sale?
I do have some items, but what are you looking for specifically?
Oh, I'm not really in the market for anything in particular, but if you have anything that you've crafted, I might be willing to purchase it just to get a feel for what your MO is.
Well, I hope. And he's going to take out one thing, and you're going to see it looks very similar to a gauntlet that has a centerpiece of the hand open to a degree. Like there's a circle that fits in there, almost like Iron Man in a sense.
Right.
Well, this, I call it the Arcane Propulsion Arm.
I see.
But
And
two things. One, I'm selling it for about 2,500 gold pieces. The other thing is, you have to lose an arm to use it.
Yeah, that seems a bit out of my range in more ways than one. I don't suppose you have anything for under 200 that might just not be anything magnificent, more so just something to examine.
Well, I do have something. But I'm also not supposed to have made this. He's going to go into the back, and he's going to pull out a pair of goggles. Dragon mock houses get so touchy when you try to replicate their items, but I thought they were interesting.
Oh, and what might those be?
Well, you see here, and he's going to point to two dragon shard crystals in this in the goggles. You're going to immediately recognize them. They're Kyber dragon shards, which is, I believe, the same ones that were in the necklace that you were protecting.
Yep.
You are going to notice that they are the same type of crystal. Or dragon shard, I should say. Well, when the theory is, now of course, there's still a test. I just finished these last month. When anything that's wisdom, then you need to think about, it gives you extra bonuses. It gives you an extra boost.
And how much are you selling this for?
Normally, 250 gold pieces, but I kind of like you, so you're an interesting kid. So 200.
You got yourself a deal. I will hand over $200 dues to this gentleman.
All right, so you can add Finder's goggles to your collection. The only thing is, I'm not going to be requiring the attunement by the mark of finding. The other restriction is because they are a test run, like you are basically buying a prototype. Yeah. You are going to have, I think, I'm going to say 4 charges of it. So when you add the item, you can use it equivalently like 4 times.
Goggles of Finder's goggles.
Yep, Finder's goggles.
Okay, cool.
Zarya, is there anything you'd like to do while you're in the shop?
Don't think so. She doesn't have much need for artificing stuff. She's just here to be muscle, essentially.
Okay.
I will say, now that we're inside somewhere, I am checking my coin purse to make sure that, no theft. has occurred.
Your coin purse is safe. It has not been
Cool.
pickpocketed yet.
Check. And as assuming he paid with his gold, so his coin purse is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, yet.
All right. We good. We're good.
All
Zara
right.
doesn't. She's a monk. She doesn't need anything. She has her fists.
Sorry for dragging you along here, Zarya. Is there anything that you'd like to? I feel bad that I've taken your time, and honestly, we haven't really gotten to spend much of our. I mean, you were alone on the train. You got to spend some time with Saris, and you fought Levin, but we haven't really been on an adventure. Is there anything that you want to do?
On money.
That is a reasonable desire. I understand it. This, I don't know if it's going to make us money, but I'm sure Saris or Levin have something else that's planned. So let's head over to the bazaar and see what awaits us.
Mm.
And we'll head over to the bazaar.
Alrighty. Before we
I'll
jump
call Saris over the thing. I'll call Saris over on the thing and just be like, "Oi, Saris, can you hear me? Is it annoying to have me in your ear like this? We're going to the bazaar. Meet us there."
I'm so glad you did that. Saris, you were wanting to go and pickpocket people, right? As you made it to Dura at that time, right? Go ahead and give me a stealth and a sleight of hand check.
Oh my god, it's your phone ringing while you're trying to sneak around.
Saris, you there? Ooh.
She's sleeping.
Oh no, did we lose her?
I was muted. I've been talking this whole time.
Okay.
Oh, that's so wild. I didn't see the muted thing.
It was my headset. I just flipped up the mic.
Oh.
A manual mute.
And
Yeah.
I was saying the stones work like a sending spell, so no one else hears him saying anything.
That's good.
Put him in your head.
Yeah. Still,
Yeah. Anyhow,
Still need that
stealth.
stealth and sleight of hand.
Sure. I have Blessing of the Trickster on me, so I have advantage on stealth.
Okay.
Thank God. And then sleight of hand.
Yes, please. Okay. Now, go ahead and roll me a d4.
Uh,
Alright. You are able to steal 5 gold pieces, and you're able to steal 20 silver pieces.
how many silver pieces?
20.
Nice. Perfect. Loss recouped.
And as you're lifting the money from his purse, that's when you hear Gearfried's voice in your head. Saris, oi!
Yeah. Oi, Saris, can you hear me? Am I in your head? Is that annoying? Anyway, we're heading to the bazaar. We'll meet you there soon. I got some new goggles. I'm gonna try them out. They look interesting.
Sarah says nothing. She does not reply. She grits her teeth. And she goes, "Alright, Mealy. We're on our way to the bazaar to commit murder."
Why not?
I may be exaggerating in that I will be not committing murder except of someone's soul.
Oh, okay. And she's just gonna kind of follow along with you.
Yep.
She, at this point, is just getting into the habit of people watching.
I will hand over my other feather tokens. Like, you need to hold on to this. Keep it close, just in case.
Sure, thank you.
While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com.
We are back. Thank you, and thank you for your patience. We are back, and the party themselves are going to be time skipping ahead just a small degree to be meeting up together within the bazaar. The bazaar itself is a highly populated area. Think of more like Times Square during peak tourist season. Dense, as people are attempting to shop at the stands and kiosks that are lining the streets in this area. You're able to find each other with relative ease. And you guys are now all regrouped. What would you like to do? What would you like to buy?
Everyone's together. So, who's looking for work?
I think we all are at this point.
We have a job.
We do.
Deliver these scrolls.
I just spent a good coin, so I can use some work. I'm getting bored anyways. I need to kill something.
There's a residence that needs to acquire these scrolls and lose some other ones. We have to do just a little swap. Not actually a crime.
And that's something we need to survey and investigate and ultimately plan around. That's not going to happen at the snap of a finger.
True, but you asked if we needed a job. We have a job.
Fair.
Is there
Is it a
anything
job
we
that
can do
requires?
before we do that job?
That said, have the rest of you acquired lodgings for yourself?
I'll get a room somewhere.
Arrangements will be made.
I was more focusing on the rest of the group. Ceres, I know you manage for yourself.
What amounts to a casual, inexpensive, but not distinctly dangerous location?
Apertura.
What's that place I just came from? What's the name of it?
Firelight.
Firelight. I mean, it's a little pricey, but it's worth the gold.
That's not an inn. That's a bordello.
And if you're going to spend that kind of money, just go to the Dragon's Eye.
You went to a whorehouse?
Dragon's Eye serves
I
continental
went
breakfast if you
to-
stay till morning.
I went to a very lucrative establishment. I want to call it that. I'd say where they just take pride in their customers.
You can just call it the brothel.
I'm guessing you got fleeced.
Is that what they're calling it now?
Oh yes, please.
You said please?
Yep.
Oh god. Well, you know what? I'd say all the above. Quite nice, actually.
I think Zarya just rolls her eyes.
Not the only one.
All right, so jokes at Yami's expense aside, no, I don't have any lodging plans. So the cheapest place that is also not the most dangerous, if you know where a place like that is, then it's probably where I'll hold up.
Well, if you're looking for something modest, you can usually spend a gold or two per night at one of the inns.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing. I've got the coin for that.
Zarya will look at Ceres. Ceres? How do you say your name?
Ceres.
Ceres. Brain does not like letters for some reason today. And say, since I got you transportation here, you take care of my lodging?
Ooh. Well,
That's a-
I mean, sure. I
Fair ask.
No, it is, and I can provide you the same lodgings I was probably going to accommodate myself with.
Good.
You'll need a sleeping roll.
That's fine.
How are you with open air environments?
What are you taking her over to the welcome?
No, I was just gonna find a corner in a back alleyway somewhere in Lower Dura.
Easy way to get
Never
your purse
mind.
lifted.
I've slept there for most of my life.
And how much coin have you had on your person during that time?
Enough to feed myself in the morning.
Well, I mean, that's one way to save coin. You know, I might follow Cyrus.
Tell you what, Zarya, you did get us on the train for free. I'm more than happy to expend some extra coin to get you a spare room.
It's all right. It's all right. I owe her this much, and I will hand her 15 gold pieces. That should cover lodging for at least 2 nights, unless you go crazy.
Where are you taking her? Apertura?
I mean, if that's what she wants, give her the option.
I'm sorry, she's not nearly dressed well enough for that.
I wouldn't advise it, but it's an option.
You know, she just needs a nice dapper hat. She'll be alright.
You don't want a dapper hat. Never go for a dapper hat.
I assume at this point half the group is cutting a look at Yami for that one.
I would assume so.
Oh
I gotta
god,
try.
I got it
Gotta
2
try at
seconds
least
later.
Look, if you need some decent lodging, not far from the bazaar, over to the west is the Underlook. They're managed by House Galanda. They're fairly hospitable.
All right, we'll head over there then.
I will say, though, if you stay till breakfast at the Dragon's Eye, they do serve a wonderful continental breakfast.
I've not spent time there outside of the occasional.
It's a steep investment, but oh my god, the breakfast is so worth it.
In the lower Tavix Landing. It's okay. You say, Steve.
Hey, Gearfried, let's talk about my hat doing that thing again.
Oh, I reinstated that already.
Oh, you already did it? Alright, I have to double check.
Speaking
So
of,
my hat-
if anyone's looking for day work, you can head over to the cliff top and register with the Adventurers Guild there.
Ah! What time of the day is it currently?
I'm going to say that it's pretty much mid to late afternoon.
Okay, well, I'll head there real quick. Definitely can use some work. You guys coming with me?
Yeah, why not?
I'm already
Are we staying
registered,
here
but
long?
we have some work that's going to take some time to accomplish, so we'll be here for at least a few days, but it could be a few months depending on how the work is.
Oh, please.
Any idea where some bounty hunting work might be found?
The Adventurers Guild. If you're looking for more dangerous work, you would probably want to go over to Death's Gate Guild.
Huh. And I'm gonna look at the with Zaria, correct? I'm gonna look at her like, what about monsters?
And either one should provide, but you won't encounter terribly many monsters here in Sharn. You would probably be on the outer walls or along the trade road.
No.
You may find some bodyguard work or missing persons reports.
Also,
For dragons.
if you are perhaps looking for
Sean,
something,
are you mad?
Just a little bit. I don't know. I had a little taste of that. What was it? Wormling.
If you're looking to gallivant with dragon anythings, you can go to the City of the Dead northwest of here. They have crypts.
never want to leave Shan again. But Zarya, if you're looking for work, there's not an official network, but I can probably do a little snooping and see if there's anything in the neighborhood of high-priced contracts out.
Duh.
Very well. Next time I swing down to the Lower Dura, I will put a word out for what work's available and let you know.
Alrighty. So far there's talks about going to the Adventurers Guild. While you're at the bazaar, though, is there anything that you want to do? Anything you want to purchase before we move on?
I am terrible at shopping, so no.
Is there anything that stands out in this bazaar as particularly interesting?
Give me 1 second. First, I would say anybody who's interested in shopping, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I mean, Seraph's always interested in discount shopping.
Got a lot of gold, but why the heck? Got a 19.
I got an 8. Of course, I'm
Oh,
not really
wow.
looking at the stalls.
We got a rock.
I got a rock. Yep. You would see some weapons that stand out, specifically that, if you have any magical prowess, seem enchanted to a degree. So ultimately, you would be able to find a couple of +1 weapons. There's a decent selection of like boots. So you see some boots that are like woven in an elvish style. You would see some chainmail, some staffs, and a wand or two.
So what was that last one?
A wand
A wand
or
or-
two.
A wand or two. Oh, okay.
While everyone else is distracted, can I attempt to put the Stone of Sending that I have on Levin's person without him noticing?
I would say you could certainly try. That would be against his passive perception unless he is just actively on vigilant lookout. And then that would be an active perception check on his end. So go ahead and make that sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Alright, so Levin, would you be actively be vigilant, or would you be going based off of your passive perception?
She meets my passive. This doesn't change anything.
Okay.
So no. I'm not stopping her, but I notice.
Okay. So you do pass the stone over. You kind of think that you did a
Huzzah.
great job. Are you not letting? Are you like, you're making it known that you didn't notice, basically? Like you're just being.
No. I'm just casting a glance as she was finishing putting it in like a pouch. But I'm not saying anything. But I'm making sure she knows that I saw it.
Oh, okay,
God damn
gotcha.
it.
So whereas you thought you did a great job, you see this look of really.
Nope, not even that. Just like okay,
Side eye.
my- That's it.
Just side eye. It's the worst kind of response.
Oh, Ferris. It still looks like they have something you might want.
Oh, money?
I mean, probably, but check out these boots. Seems like they're right up your alley.
Perhaps.
I assume they're boots of elven kind.
They are.
I sort of innately do what these do already.
Oh. Well, never
Thank
mind.
you. I appreciate the you know who would benefit from them? Yami.
Yami, have you any desire to even feel the least bit stealthy? Yami, you're muted.
Stealthy how? What do we need to be stealthy for?
Make
In any
that sound
situation.
when you're sneaking around.
Huh?
In any situation, basically.
Oh, I mean,
It would move you up to a straight roll on stealth as opposed to disadvantage.
if you guys really need it, but what are we being stealthy for exactly? Because
Well, not necessarily.
That's
stealthy.
not really his style.
I'm cutting a look at Ceres like
Wait, what do you mean? What situation? Every situation. You're loud.
I'm gonna like do that little side head nod, like, fair enough. Well, what are we being sneaky for? Why do we have to be sneaky? Why can't I just run in and do whatever it is we need to be done and get it over with?
Let me paint you a picture, Yami. You quietly closing the distance on your prey until the inevitable moment when they have no chance of escape, and then you lunge forward, striking true and killing the creature in a single fell blow, them nary the wiser to your glorious combative action. Does this sound like something you would want to do?
As I'm staring like up, like imagining it happen, like I mean, I guess. All right, I guess I'll go last because I'm not. I'm gonna again look Cyrus up and down. Like I'm not as fragile as you are.
The urge to stab. Right.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, Yami, the question is just whether these boots are of any interest to you. They have other things here too. They have
Y-
plus one.
y-
Yeah, you can buy other magic items.
You're not actually doing anything that requires stealth at this moment. It's shopping. Do you want to buy a pair of boots of elven kind, which would basically reduce your sound to
I don't
do?
know. With how Yami is, he might need stealth for that.
How much is a +1 greatsword?
1 second.
Well, I know this would probably be meta knowledge, obviously, but
They'll
No,
tell you how much it is.
you
It's
could.
probably like
Yeah, I was gonna say you would. It's like going to a store and saying, "All right, well, how much is that?"
okay, all right. I want to make sure because I just spent 100 gold on a little gnome, so
I'm just double checking for prices. Give me 1 second.
Can you imagine if you had to talk to someone every time you wanted to buy something, like figure out what the price was? And it
well,
paid
listen.
every
If you want to haggle, probably yeah, I would love to.
Still better than dealing with a point of sale device.
I need to make way up to Upper Dura and make some money.
See, I just hate shopping in general, so I can't do shopping in D&D. I'm just like, if there's something that my monkey character would like, give it to me. Otherwise, I don't.
My
I
character's charisma is horrendous anyway, so I don't even haggling is not even an option for me.
So you would
It's
be
an
able
option,
to.
You just have to be smart about it.
You would be able to grab.
I know I just gotta roll good about it.
You'd be able to grab a +1 greatsword for about 400 gold pieces.
Good.
Well, I'm all right. I don't. Cyrus, would you say about being stealthy?
How much
I
is
don't
it?
know if that sword is that much. I don't know if the boots are going to be worth it.
It's going to be about the same price.
Also, I can
Okay.
make them. I can make a simulacrum of what those are.
Sure. Maybe we don't need to be at the bazaar. It sounds like this is all out of our price range.
Yeah, let's
Sounds
wait
like
for
we
the bird.
need. Sounds like we need to kill more monsters for more coin.
So,
I agree. Let's do it.
Gearfried, finally, you agree without slapping me this time. I'm
Heading
still
up
gonna
to-
reference this forever.
I'm assuming you guys are heading up to the Adventurers Guild, right?
Yes.
Yes, agreed.
Alright. So-
Which one? There's two.
Yeah, so are you going to be going to the upper part of the Dura district?
Upper
Um,
Dura.
Sure, that's.
Yeah, that would be the Cloud Top. The one for the lower in Middle Tabix Landing is Deathscape.
So you'd have your choices of where you'd want to go.
I mean, Cyrus loves a good opportunity to browse the quality people in the Upper Dura.
I wouldn't mind going to Apertura as well.
Sounds like we're going to Upper Dura.
Yes, yes.
All right. It would take you a good hour and a half to be able to get up to Alpadura unless you are taking some sort of public transportation. I'm assuming-
by the time we get there.
I'm assuming that you're not going to be hijacking any vehicles this time.
No.
So, again, it all depends. If you take vehicles, it will be faster.
To be fair, the last guy ship we got on in this place was being piloted by a doppelganger
Yes.
who I pitched off the side without a feather token.
Yes.
Good time.
And then crashed.
I didn't crash. I landed and walked away.
Five lines in the trilogy, and one of them was,
So, Moving forward, I'm assuming we're going to the Upper Dura. Yes, you would be getting there by dusk, so the sun would be setting.
So I assume we walk into the Adventurers Guild by the time once we get there. I don't know if Saris is picking pockets as we're walking.
Yeah. Saris will sort of Melee, stick close to 11. I'll catch up in a second. I think I spotted a friend nearby. Want to go catch up.
Sure.
Excellent.
And with that, go ahead and give me a stealth check and then a sleight of hand.
Okay. There's the stealth.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a d4. Mediocrely, you're able to get 50 silver pieces from the satchel. Like, you kind of just yoink the satchel.
Do I happen to pick up anyone's feather token?
Give me a d100.
Oh, shit.
You do. You actually get two
Nice.
more. You get 2 more feather tokens.
Wait.
I feel like
That's what I'm
somebody
talking
expects herself to be pushed off of one of these landings.
Do you know what? You can never have too many feather tokens in Sharn.
Now, the others, while you are waiting for her to scout her mark, do all of that, are you waiting or are you going on to the Adventurers Guild?
Question. So I don't think we should all have a feather token, right? Besides, I think only one of us used it, if I'm not mistaken. Just want to make sure I have it on my. I have one for the first time. All right, I haven't used it yet. All right, trying to make sure. Yeah, but as for that, I'm going to the Adventurers Guild. I'm not as stealthy as Cyrus.
No worries. All right, so but what we are going to do is we're going to wrap it up here as bureaucracy begins. You are, but at the start of the next session, all of the bureaucracy will have been hand waved, and you will be registered under the Adventurers Guild and be able to seek work to make extra money. This is where
Cliff Top is 13 gold a year for membership.
There you go. So make sure you have enough dues to pay. Oh no, this is going to start Gearfried on some sort of a union rant here, isn't it?
Probably.
I don't know. I spent a good.
Union dues are a thing. Union dues are a thing.
Okay, just checking. But
He'll probably espouse how he's proud to pay him.
yeah.
I would minor illusion.
All week, busted my hump.
When I see Gearfried exiting the building after the sign out, I would minor illusion the word union over guild, so it says Adventurers Union, just to make Gearfried a little happier.
Oh god, I love it. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for tuning in with us. Those of you who are going to check us out on a later date, I hope you enjoy the show. We will not be having a session next week, so I hope everybody does have a safe and wonderful 4th of July weekend, and we will catch you guys the following week. Have a wonderful week, or have another weekend.
Happy Canada Day!
Take
Yay!
care, and don't forget to view our shop.
Huzzah! Shop!
Yes,
Night-night.
please.
Take care, everyone.
Happy weekend. 4th of July. Burgers hot.